we're in the Tasman Sea, just west of New Zealand, probably about midway between North and South Islands. And we've been seeing a lot of these kind of like transparent jellyfish-shaped things, you know, from the surface, on the surface, hanging out to, you know, a few meters deep. Very clear water. But I think we're like, it's been pretty calm the last few days, but it's gone to, the wind has completely died, and I think it's going to switch. So now we can kind of maybe get them a bit better. I don't know. There we go. Well, this is the best we'll see of Golden Bay. We pulled in around Farewell Point, which is probably the other side of the rainbow there, about an hour before sunset last night, and basically hove to waiting in these gale-forced winds, 25-knot winds. And I thought we might be able to pull into this little port area here, like some man-made jetties, protected area, but it's, you know, I called the guy and he said this morning, he said, no, this is for fishing boats. You can pick up a mooring for 25 bucks. And I didn't want that because it's a tight area, and what if I didn't pick it up? I'd end up on the rocks on the beach or something, and not flexible enough. So I'm going to go down to, I guess this rock area here is Abel Tasman Park, National Park. There's a Torrent Bay, which it looks cool. And there I could just fly in and not worrying about tossing out the anchor and not being able to pick up a mooring. But this is beautiful Golden Bay. So that's the North Island we can't see. And this is like the very north end of the South Island. And that's the view from the other side. That's it. We get to check out Abel Tasman. I bet you it'll be awesome over there too. So it's end of January 2018, and this is this is like the south end of Tasman Bay, and this here is the town of Nelson. It's a huge commercial, like, fishing port. I had this boat sandblasted. It was kind of scary, but, you know, didn't really open up any holes that epoxy wouldn't fix. And, you know, did the bottom. Also, all the rigging is now Dyneema, all the way around. And what else? Yeah, I think I'm going to go check out, you know, the rest of Marlborough Sounds, heading toward Picton tomorrow morning. So we'll kind of do a little loop around and see what, you know, this Nelson area looks like. You know, it's a neat spot. There's a lighthouse. It's not really in use anymore. There's like a big jetty, a natural jetty, where they cut in from that island. There's like, that's where the channel going out is. And that's the commercial port, full of moorings. That's basically where all the birds hang out. There's a few buildings up there. They're kind of funky. Yeah, and I've never seen anyone in them. See if we can get into some of those. It's like they're just hanging out. You know, there's no roads to them. Now it's closer to high tide. But, I mean, these hills are littered with trails to hike around on. The main downtown area is right about there. You know, in this area, then there's a cool beach around there, other side of that island, in there. See how those logs there? Looks like they fill that area up, and every, you know, probably once a week or something, they just transfer it on a huge ship and it takes off. So there's often logging trucks, and they fill up a lot full of logs, and then they move them from that lot that's only a few blocks from here to this area, and then they load up. Maybe they load up both this area and the other area, and then when the ship comes, they load up the ship. But anyway, yeah, so that's looking kind of east, and that's west. You can't see the mountains now. You can a little bit, kind of. But like Tasman National Park is over that way, and that's looking, you know, where the sun sets, looking west. But anyway, it's been a good spot, and now it's over the Marlborough Sounds, and I suspect the topography and geography is going to change a lot as we go further east. Just looking at the inlets and the charts and the maps and whatnot. So things are going to change. So this is obviously a sight that few people see on such a calm day, especially because I don't see anyone around. But we're in Marlborough Sounds, and we just went through French Pass, and I thought it was high tide, but there was a ripping current through there I could see swirls, and it was like flying down a river. And by the time I saw the current going through, it was too late to turn around because it was, it was sucking us in. But anyway, now we just went through French Pass, which is back there, maybe 5-6 miles, and that's Uluru or something like that island, and that would be Cook Strait, and it's like dead calm in here. There's Perilous Pass just around the tip of this peninsula there. We're going to head into that Perilous Pass, and then we're back there to where French Pass is there. Actually, that's not Perilous Pass, but I think that's Shetland Islands, or not Shetland, Chatham Islands, right there, something like that. It starts with a C, and that's Stevens Island up there, Stevens Island. So we're gonna, it's like Perilous Sound. That's one of the 3 sounds, or one of a few sounds, just around this bend to the right. That's where we're gonna head. But anyway, I just had to show you that because it's such a calm day, morning, and I don't see any other boats, and I only hear stories of how wicked the weather is through here. So we get to see it when it's nice. This is looking up Pelorus Sound into Cook Strait. There's surprisingly few boats here. There's just not a lot of people here. So we just hung out last night at a mooring out there in Nydia Bay or Deep Bay, something like that. There's like a campground over there. See, it's beautiful, crystal clear water, deep anchorages. You got to basically tie up the stern, and very few people. There's one. So this is Maud Island, which is a nature reserve, and we're going to go around it to, I can't remember the name of another bay. It's about 11 miles down to the right. Looks like they do clear cutting here. Mussel farms and clear cutting. There's a mussel farmer. He just finished working that mussel patch. Probably going to another one. This is the next bay, basically directly north of Nydia. It's called Ninjawakawiti. And these fly-like things are cicadas. like little bugs, and they twitch their wings to make these just during the day, not at night. Little Ray came to check us out, but I didn't catch it in time. But this is the end of Nydia Bay, and that's the One Tree Island up over there. It looked a lot better at high tide. It was just, I mean, the island was way smaller than the tree. And we're drifting down in the wind and the waves to, there's like a campsite there and a hiking trail right about there. You can go up to the other bay or the other sound that way. We went yesterday. And there's another trail. We're going to go check out that way to go left. This area. We'll leave the recorder in a creek coming down one of these valleys. So this is Onahau Lookout, and I think this is Queen Charlotte Sound over here, and that's picked in over there, and I can't pronounce it, Waikawawa, something like that. Sometime I'll show you a bunch of these Maori names. I can never, it's very hard. But we're anchored in here, which is Kanepuru Sound. Yeah, that must be Portage over there. And other side of this bush is Buena Sea, and that's up there. Must be going up toward Nydia to the left and Pelorus up along there to the right. And Havelock must be actually that's like Mistletoe Bay, which is part of Queen Charlotte Sound, and Havelock must be there. But anyway, there's just a lot of kind of sounds and bays and waterways, and I'll just let you listen to these. We'll just listen to these cicadas. It's like, I think they're like little insects, cicadas, I think. I think because this bay is a bit more tourism, there's less mussel farming, but I think I see something with my eyes, but I'm not sure if we can catch it with this. You see a little square there, the grid? They're all over here from Golden Bay to Tasman Bay and all in through these sounds. Fish farming is not a minor industry around here. So this here is Beatrix Bay, and the Saugeen Witch is around that corner in that bay. All these mussel farms. I just walked up this road There's a really spectacular bay in here at the beginning, like the start of Pelora Sound. And with rocks, outcroppings, I bet it would be really cool. And tried walking along there, but a guy, I did the mistake of introducing myself to him, and he said, no, you're not welcome, leave. So I can't walk, and I'm wondering, there's a bay in there. I could take the dink in. But, you know, this terrain isn't so, it looks like a hike up to the road from there to get to the ridge is not so easy. Looks like a low point over there and a cliff by the water. But anyway, so it looks like we might not make it to see the other side, at least from this angle. I should have just kept walking and not said hi. But you never know.